So you've mentioned that you really want to start showing yourself as a leader and not so much as an executioner. What is one thing that a project manager can start doing, let's just say this week, that changes the way they're perceived and the way they're evaluated?
Yeah. So, these are subtle, but they're noticeable if you're aware of them,
Mm-hmm.
right? Which is why we wrote the briefing. The most subtle thing that you can do is I can walk into a room. I've been doing this for a long time. I can walk into a room of an integrated project team meeting, which arguably should be a project manager who's leading that, and I can tell instantly the leadership potential in that project manager, preferably specifically a PMP, but I can immediately tell their leadership potential based on how they're running that meeting. And here's the difference. And I see this in the coaching world and the consulting world. You're going to recognize this as well in your industry. If there's an individual sitting there who is dictating, that is an executor. Okay. That is someone who is like, this is what we're doing. Let's go do this thing. When I see a project manager who's asking questions, who's engaging and involving others, who is so secure in themselves and in their capacity that they're willing to ask questions and get feedback from their team, that's a leader. That's a leader. Lead with curiosity, right? Not with confrontation. So that I can tell instantly in a room just based on that energy and on that tone. If you're trying to dictate everything and you're trying to control everything and you just do it the way that I said, you don't have a lot of leadership potential right now. Control is not the way to leadership. Control is the way to micromanagement. Enjoy that. If you really want to lead, then you're curious about how can I empower this team of experts, subject matter experts in their fields? How can I bring out the best in them? How can I help them overcome their challenges and answer their questions and make sure that their concerns get addressed, because we all benefit from that. So that is 100%. Anytime I walk into a room, anytime I meet a new PMP, it's, hey, let me just watch how you interact with your team. And the strongest leadership presence you can have. And again, like I say, you can go to YouTube, watch some videos of interactions, like just pay attention in your own workspace. And you'll recognize that people who you aspire to be like and that you admire, they lead that way. They're curious. They're asking questions. They're looking for ways to help you solve your own problems, kind of thing. But those people who stand up in the room and say, everybody sit down, be quiet, listen to everything that I have to say. Here's my 37-point checklist of everything we're going to do today. Okay, go do that. Well, that person doesn't really care about any kind of feedback or anything that I might have to offer to that conversation. That's not leadership. That's management.